I will start my reading practice from the book Clear Thinking by Shane Parrish. In a quirk of psychology, people typically don't argue with your personal rules. They just accept them as features of who you are. People question decisions, but they respect rules. Ken Man told me his favorite rule was never to say yes to a request on the phone. He knows that he wants people to like him, so he wants to say yes in the moment, but after filling up his schedule with things that didn't make him happy, he decided to be more vigilant about what he agrees to do and why. When people ask him for things over the phone now, he says something along the lines of, I will have to get back to you after I think about it. Not only does this give him time to think without the immediate social pressure, but it also allows a lot of these requests to just drop away because people choose not to follow up. He rarely gets back to any of these people and say yes. After speaking with Ken Man, I spent some time thinking about what automatic rules I could create for myself so that my desire in the moment didn't overpower my ultimate desire. The way I did this was to imagine a film crew following me around documenting how successful I was. Regardless of whether I was a success or not, how would I act to show someone I deserved my success? What would I want them to see? What am I doing that I would want them not to see because I am embarrassed or ashamed? When I run this experiment by people, I am constantly surprised. We all know something we could do to improve our odds of success, and we all know something we can stop doing that would also improve our odds of success. Just because I can't control all the things I need to do doesn't mean I can't control when I do them. The version of me that I would want the film crew to see focused on what mattered. Using this prompt, I decided to create space every day to work on the bigger opportunities. I imagined the film crew watching me make breakfast for the kids and then going to work, while the crew would be expecting to see meetings and people asking me for things. What they would see is no calls or meetings until lunch, so I could spend time working on the most important opportunity. This is where my no meetings before lunch rule came from. We are taught our whole lives to follow rules, and yet no one ever told us about how we can create powerful rules that help us get what we want. I find it hard to go to the gym 3 days a week. So my rule is I go every day. I do not feel like going to the gym every day. In fact, some days I hate it. I also know it's easier to follow my rule than to break it. When it comes to the gym, going every day is easier than going some days. Creating personal rules is a powerful technique for protecting yourself from your own weaknesses and limitations. Sometimes those rules have surprising benefits. Safeguard strategy 3, creating friction. Another safeguarding strategy is to increase the amount of effort it takes to do things that are contrary to your goals. I used to find myself checking my email whenever I have a second. I would check it before I got out of bed, on the walk home from work, in line at the grocery store. It's easy to tell myself that I am not the only one, that everyone does this too. The dopamine hit of something new prevents many of us from working on our priorities. It is not just that I was spending too much time on email, though it is that email could hijack my time from what's important. The scary thing is, I often wanted it to take me away from what I was supposed to be doing. Consider a major report I needed to complete early in my career. I would get to work, and rather than write the report, which was clearly the most important thing for me to do, I would check my email. If there was anything in my inbox rather than required, if there was anything in my box that required even a modicum of attention, I would tell myself I needed to do that before starting on the report. And of course, by the time I was done with that first email, more had come in that needed attention. It didn't take much to convince myself I needed to do that before I started. Only near the end of the workday would I finally sit down to write the report, mentally exhausted. Thank you. That's it for the day.